welcome back to my channel, All Things Charity. I'm Charity, and here on my channel I talk about things that have helped me in my life that I feel can help you in yours. So if you like the content that is presented here on my channel, make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a beat. So today on my channel I'm going to be talking about how placing a little bit of prayer in your everyday life can change your life drastically. This is not something that I've heard. This is something that I know and that I've seen for myself. In my everyday life, I do implement a little bit of prayer. And in doing this, it has changed my life drastically. I'm not perfect. You know, I do like to hang out. I do listen to trap music. You know, so this is not going to be a video about, you know, you being perfect or me teaching you how to be perfect, because nobody's perfect. I just really want to let you know how implementing a little bit of prayer in your everyday life can change your life just like it changed mine. So if you have time, won't you sit back, relax, maybe you want to grab a drink. I'm about to get into it. Even though I have been through many things in my life, one thing that I did realize is that through going through those things in my life, God has never left my side. So I know you all know the popular saying, God never puts more on us than we can bear. So yes, that is a true statement. Now, me implement prayer in my everyday life, this is not something that I've been doing since I was young. This is something that actually just started maybe around 2017. I mean, you know, I would pray, you know, but the times that I would pray is either when I'm on my way to bed, when I'm about to eat dinner, I bless my food, of course, like everyone does, or if something drastic happens in my life, you know, I go to pray and I'm like, you know, God, why, you know, and not really understanding, you know, what's going on. And, you know, and not to say that, you know, something's wrong with just praying at those times, because there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we're human, you know, so it's nothing wrong with just praying at those times. All those times are fine, because those are times when you should pray, you know, when you're going through things, when you're, you know, blessing your food, or, you know, before you go to bed. But I just want to let you all know that not only praying those times are great, but just thinking about if you're praying every day, even before things happen, you know, just thanking God for your everyday existence, you know, thanking Him for the seen and unseen is what I mean. So, you know, one day, how it all started with me implementing prayer in my everyday life, I was sitting at home, and I don't know if you all know about this movie. It's called The Prayer Room.
So if I asked you what your prayer life was like, would you say that it was hot or cold?
This movie came out like 2015, sometime in 2015, but one time I was at home, I was able to catch it on TV. And so the movie is basically about, you know, how implementing prayer in your life can change your life for the better, you know, with also keeping your faith as well while praying, you know, because we can't pray and think on it. You know, I know if you all are my followers, or, you know, or even if you just follow, you want to catch a couple of my videos before this one, you know, and just basically getting into, you know, praying and letting it go. So, you know, we want to pray, and whatever we're praying for, we want to believe, because if you don't believe, then, you know, what are we praying for? So I do have a small story that I'm going to tell you all really quick. And it involves, you know, me, you know, implement prayer in my everyday life, and how that was something that I have been doing, but then, you know, I got off track with doing that. So now me watching that movie moved me so much. I was like, well, let me create me a prayer room. So that's what I did. I created a prayer room in my closet, and in my prayer room, this is where I would go. I would talk to God about the things that's going on in my life, asking him, can he step in, talking to him basically like, where did I go wrong, things like that. So, moving forward in my life, I was going to my prayer room, having my everyday talks with God, and just seeing things change in my life, that I never thought would happen. Now, these are good things. So, as these great things are happening to me, I'm like, okay, I'm just living my life, just really forgot about, having my conversations with God like I usually do. And, sometimes we do that. We pray for things. And when we receive these things, or, if we pray for change, and when the change happens, we literally forget about God. Like, we forget, like, how this thing actually happens in our life, or how we were able to receive these things, or how we were able to get this bill paid. We totally forget. So that is where I was, I'm just living my life, totally forgetting about the help that God provided me, totally forgetting about taking time out of my everyday life and giving a little bit of time to God like I was before, you know. So, one day in 2019, God set me down and he got me all together. And when I say he got me together, he got me together. So my life changed in 2019, I had to uproot me and my family.
Hey, take your time.
Yo, Dad, who is that?
It's SOS, son.
I wish somebody can come rescue me right now.
That's what I did. So, God said to me, he said, if this is the road that you want to take, let's take it. I'm all here for it because, like I told you before earlier in the video, God has never left my life and he'll never leave yours. So that's nothing that you have to worry about. Like I say, some choices that we make in our life, we feel that at that time, that is the right choice for us. So in this moment, that's where I was. I thought that me making the choice that I made and the move that I made was the right thing for me. So as I'm on this journey with me and my family, and as I stated before, I wasn't doing my usual prayer, talking to God like I was. So, I'm still out here, I'm still living my life, and as I'm living my life and I'm on this journey with my family, I was still keeping in contact with my soul sister. And in these talks, with her, talking to her on a every other day basis, she was getting me back to, like, Cherry, what are you doing? Basically like, you need to get back into X, Y, and Z or whatever, basically focus. And, me thinking that this move was the right thing for me, not to say, I still had, full-time employment where I was. My children were in school when I moved. So, that wasn't even an issue. What I wasn't doing was taking care of me internally and doing the things that I was doing before, my life went the way it was. So what I needed to do was clear my surroundings and turn off the noise that was going on in my life. Even though I was in this newfound city, this newfound state with my family, I had stability. Me and my children, we had a home, and God was still here in my life. Now, even though I've had these things, I still was not implementing God in my everyday life and thanking him for even bringing me this far, keeping me stable and keeping me grounded, So I said, okay, I have to get back to, what I know, You know, even though things were going right for me in this place with my family, it was just the feeling. Like I told you, I needed to work on myself internally. Now, then I didn't know that this is something that I had to learn. You know, like I have to go back to what I know and what was working out for me. So I really had to reflect. So now at this point, I'm like, hey, let me find a prayer room in this home of mine. So my newfound prayer room was in my bathroom, in my shower. You know, I didn't have to worry about being bothered, you know, or interrupted. And I didn't have to worry about any noise. I knew there would be comfort there. And, you know, I can talk to God like I used to and get down to the bottom of, you know, God, is this where I'm really supposed to be? You know, even though I'm happy here, but is this where I'm supposed to be? So, you know, in getting those answers, I found myself, you know, traveling back to my hometown maybe once or twice. I would peep in and peep out, you know, just seeing, you know, do I miss this feeling? You know, did I make a mistake by doing, you know, what I did? You know, and like I said, then at the time, I thought that was, you know, a good idea for me, a good thing, you know, because I said things were still moving smoothly. So, I mean, why not, you know? So, you know, to make a long story short, I did end up back in my hometown. You know, God led me back to come back. And, you know, ever since I came back, I haven't looked back, okay? You know, I just thought to myself, you know, if that's a place that I need to be, then, you know, God will always take me back and hold me like he did before, you know. In closing, I just would like to say, you know, there will be trials and tribulations that we will go through in our life. I mean, that's nothing that we can escape from. There will be times where we will be high as the sky. There will be times that we will be low as the ground. You know, and things will happen in our life that will make our life take a turn, you know, and it will cause us to pray. But I just want you all to know that shouldn't be the only time when you pray. Don't just pray when your life is on a high. Don't just pray when your life is on a low. Don't just pray to God when you need him. Pray to him all the time. Implement a little bit of God in your everyday life, and I'm telling you, it will change your life. You know, just walk around your home. Thank God, you know, for the rooms that you have in your home. Thank God for your furniture that you're able to sit on. Thank God for the food that you're able to eat. Pick up your bills and thank God that you can pay those bills, or, you know, even that the bills are paid.
They thank you in advance for what's already yours. It's how I live my life.
You know, so I challenge everyone who's watching this video to do those things, you know, and come back down to this same video and, you know, give me a comment and let me know. Just try it out for a week or two if you can, and place back down in the comments under this video and let me know how God has changed your life, you know, by you implementing prayer in your everyday life, because you heard it from me. Your life is going to change drastically. So the thing is, will you be ready? Will you be prepared when this new high comes into your life? Or will you be prepared when you hit a low in your life? And the answer is yes, you would. You know, and the way that you can be prepared is just by implementing that prayer. And I said, take just a little bit of time out of your day, you know, just to give God a shout out, give him, you know, the glory, give him the thanks for the things that you have in your life, give him the thanks for the experiences that you have experienced in your life and you have made it this far. And, you know, I do want to thank you all for stopping by my channel, taking time out of your lovely day. Listen to me drop some of these gems that I use in my everyday life that I feel can help you in yours. And I'll see you all on my next video.